Hello everybody. Thank you for joining us for another story time this week. This week I've been thinking a lot about plants, and we kind of think of animals as these living things that move around and plants as these living things that don't ever move. And I've been thinking a lot this week about just how much plants move. So can anybody tell me what some of the things are that plants need to survive? What does a plant need? It needs water to grow, and sunlight to grow, and soil or nutrients to grow, but it also needs something else. Animals need this too. They need space, right? Space so that they can get water or nutrients or sunlight to grow. And lots of times when plants don't have that, they have to move a little to be able to get that. How might plants move? I don't want to tell you too much, but our story time this week is going to be all about how plants might move. So we'll get started with story time and we'll chat a little bit more about it afterwards. Let's begin. Our story today is called Plants Can't Sit Still, and it was written by Rebecca E. Hirsch and illustrated by Mia Posada. Plants don't have feet, or fins, or wings, yet they can move in many ways. Look closely and you'll discover that plants can't sit still. Plants can wiggle as seedlings start to grow. They squirm out of the spring soil, unfold their leaves, and reach for the warmth and the light. Plants can creep, they slither underground, or crawl through tall grass, searching for the things that all plants need: water, sunshine, and room to grow. So their roots are moving. And as they search, plants can climb a fence or walk up a wall. So their stems and their leaves can be moved. Plants can hide from a hungry grasshopper. So this plant folds up its leaves when it's touched. Or surprise a fly, snap, right? Our Venus flytraps can close around insects. Some plants sleep at night, leaves nodding, flowers folding. Others wake with the stars and lift their faces to the moon. Plants can tumble on a breeze, whoosh, as they bounce along, seeds sprinkle out. Plants even explode. They fling their seeds into the world to make new plants. A seed is a plant built for travel. Seeds can whirl like helicopters or float on parachutes or glide on papery wings, but they can't sit still. Seeds hitchhike on your sock or on a fox's bushy tail or on my dog's fur all the time, every day. They take a ride inside a bear. Right? So when the bear eats this fruit, he's eating seeds that are going to travel inside of him until he what? Makes a poop. Seeds set sail, sploosh, down the river, past swaying trees, into the wide ocean, drifting, waiting for what all plants need: water, sunshine,
and room to grow. When the seed finds a spot, the seedling squirms out. It unfolds its leaves, it reaches for warmth and the light, and it keeps on moving because plants can't sit still. And these are some more about the kinds of plants that we read about. We won't read all of this, but I do want to read more about plants. Plants share our world, but you might be surprised at all they can do. You may have never noticed that plants can move, and the reason is simple. Their movement is usually very slow compared to yours. Plants move to get the things they need to survive, like a spot in the sunshine with plenty of water. Sunlight powers the growing plant. Leaves catch sunlight and turn it into food and energy, a process called photosynthesis. Water is important because it makes up most of the plant's tissue. Plants suck up water through their roots and send water to their stems, leaves, and flowers. Movement also helps plants reproduce. Some plants open their flowers at a certain time of day or night to attract bees, moths, or other pollinators. These helper animals spread pollen from one flower to another, which allows new seeds to form. The seeds must then move away from their parent plant to find their own uncrowded place in the world. Although scientists understand the reasons for many plant movement, sleep movements are mysterious. It is not always clear why plants fold or droop at night. For some plants, this may help keep them warm during the dark, cold night. For others, sleep movements may prevent nighttime animals from munching on them. Want to see evidence of plant movement for yourself? Just go outside and look around you. Ask yourself, are any of the plants climbing to reach the sunlight? Do any fold their leaves at night? Look carefully at any seeds you find. How are those seeds built to travel? Look closely and you will discover for yourself that many plants use movement to survive and grow. And then it tells us about each plant that we read about in the book.
So that was our story today. It's kind of short and sweet, but I really like this book. I think it challenges the way that we usually think about something and makes us think about it in a new, different way. And that is a really great way to learn. So my challenge for you is to go out in your own yard and see how plants are moving. Looking around in my yard, I have these big tall pines, and I see that a lot of them have vines that are moving up towards the tops of the trees. I see, especially with this last month with all the rain that we've had, a lot of plants like my raspberries are growing out and spreading into my yard. I see ferns in new places I've never seen them, so plants are definitely moving around in my yard. I'm also going to put some seed resources down below, and those are all seed-related activities you can try at home. We talked about in the book how seeds, one of the ways that plants move is through their seeds. I think you can really see that happening in the fall, so now's a great time to get out and do that. Or even maybe you have a vegetable garden at home and you now have vegetables that have seeds inside, and you move them around when you pick those vegetables and take the seeds out. Maybe you put them in your compost. Maybe you're saving them to plant next spring. We also see birds eating lots of the berries that are left on the trees, and berries have seeds inside, so when the birds eat those berries, they're going inside the bird, they're flying away with those seeds, and when they poop, they'll drop those seeds somewhere else. We see sticky burrs right now, those little sticker seeds. Those are actually seeds from a plant that get stuck on your pants or in your dog's fur. Those are moving around right now. There's a great sock walk activity where you put a sock over your shoe and take a walk through the woods and see all the seeds that stick to it. So that's in the activities that are linked for you. We see in the fall, all of our squirrels and our chipmunks, even our blue jays and our chickadees are hiding seeds for winter, so we see those seeds moving around. And pretty soon we'll see our milkweed pods start to explode and those cottony seeds come out, where they will fly on the breeze, fall to the ground, they'll freeze over the winter, and then they'll germinate or start growing in the spring. So fall is a great time to see movement in plants, so please, please, please get outside, try some of those seed activities, and we'll see you next week for another story time. Goodbye.